Alright. What's going, guys? Welcome to the next game of the tournament. It is officially the third round of this tournament. The semifinals is live now. Best of 5, first of 3 wins, moves on to the finals. And the winner will play either Mexico or the United States. We will have a member of North America in the finals this season, which is exciting. However, today is a Confederation elimination game. It's Oceania versus Asia, with one continent moving on. It's going to be Vietnam in red and yellow, and Australia in blue and red. I'm going to make that red a little more vibrant before I start. Best of 5. Map 1 starts now. We're going to the Forbidden Temple, Fire and Ice Edition. First team to win 3 games moves on to the finals. Here we go. Vietnam in red, Australia in blue. Here are the lineups for game 1 of this series. Swabby, Fury, Salty, and Mountain are going to be on Vietnam, and Tex, Armstrong, Poncho, and Cougar are going to be on Australia. Okay, so here's a bunch of miscommunication from... So the first face-off was won by Australia, but Vietnam countered that. And now Vietnam is on offense. And here's Swabby, or Salty, sorry. Fury's trying to get control of the ball. Mountain joins the fray, hits the ball towards the net. The ball's getting dribbled around. Still on offense. Fury scores for Vietnam, and it's 1-0. And just like that, Vietnam leads the game. Alright, second face-off is won by Vietnam. Swabby's going to try to hit it towards the net. Here's Mountain with a chance to shoot, blocked by Poncho. And, oh, what were you doing? Poncho scores for Australia. What was Salty doing? He could have blocked that. But instead, he moved out the way, and now the game is tied. So the third face-off was won by Vietnam. And Mountain, or Fury, scores. Fury has scored for Vietnam. It's now 2-1 with 3 minutes and 26 seconds to go. Face-off number 4 has been won by Vietnam as well. They're good at... Looks like Vietnam has won 3 face-offs now. Here's a shot on goal. Shot deflected by Cougar. So with defending the net, Texas, and he's bad at it. It's 3-1 to Vietnam. And that's a hat-trick by Fury. That's his 3rd goal of the game. Here we go. Here's the face-off. It is won by Vietnam, but not by a lot. Ball's back into Vietnam territory for the first time in a while. But it's going to get hit back into the Australian territory. Back into Vietnam territory. Here's a setup. And punched in by their own teammate, and Poncho has scored. It's 3-2. Australia takes a nice goal here, and they just are 1 goal behind. Salty, you better look out where you go, because every Vietnamese person's going to hate you pretty soon for that goal. And Vietnam has won once again another face-off. They keep winning these face-offs, which is why they're scoring so much. Because they're getting enough chances to do so. Australia is now on offense. Here's a shot from Armstrong, saved by Salty. Here's a shot from Salty, and he scores off of him saving the ball. And it is 4-2 Vietnam. Vietnam's doing really great on defense to the point where their defense is turning into scores. Their defense is turning into offense. Australia's won the face-off for the first time in a while. However, it's going back into Australian territory and puts Vietnam on offense. Here's a shot from Fury, saved by Poncho. Yeah. Alright. Swabby tried to hit it. Missed it. Ball's in Vietnamese territory. Here's Tex with the shot, but it's going to be wide. Armstrong with another shot over the goal. Here is a third shot from Cougar, but it's not going to make it in. Fourth shot from Tex, saved by Fury. And that was an incredible defense there. 4 shots and not a single one went in. Here is a shot from Salty, misses the net. Shot by Swabby, does score. And it's 5-2 for Vietnam. And Vietnam have a 3-goal lead. Face-off number 8 is won heavily by Vietnam. 1 minute to go in game 1. Alright, here is Poncho saves it, clears the ball away. No one's hitting that ball. Here's a shot from Swabby, misses the net, and saved by Cougar. 30 seconds left. Shot by Fury, misses the net. And the ball's in a critical area. Critical area for the ball. They're trying to get rid of it, and they do. Shot by Mountain, saved by Poncho. 10 seconds left. Vietnam's got a 3-goal lead, and the Vietnamese team is going to get their first win in the semifinals. 2 more, and they're off to the finals. So that is that. What a blowout from Vietnam. Game 2 is going to take place at Champions Field Day Edition. And here we go. Here's map 2. Game 2 of the series. Vietnam wins the face-off. Vietnam now leads the series 1-0 and needs 2 wins to advance. Australia is going to try to rebound here. as they're going to need a bounce back if they want to stay alive in this series. Roundhouse has defeated Junker. Here's a shot from Casper that's going to hit the wall. Backwards shot from Roundhouse doesn't go in. Here is a shot from Beast. Oh yeah, I gotta call out the lineups for this game. Game 2 on Vietnam is going to be Caveman, Scout, Junker, and Beast. And on Australia is Casper, Yuri, Boomer, and Roundhouse. And Beast just scored for Vietnam. It's 1-0. And Vietnam are back on track and being on offense. Casper was the goalie on that goal, and he drove away from the ball, thinking it would go wider than it did. Face-off number 2 is won by Australia. Ball's in the air. Shot from Roundhouse, scores. It's 1-1. Australia's tied the game after Vietnam struggled to clear the ball away, and Roundhouse takes that opportunity to score. All right, here's face-off number 3. Won by Australia. And the ball is now going to be jammed into 2 different places. Roundhouse is pushing the ball to score. Casper's going to prevent the clearing. Here's Boomer. And it's not going to be recorded as a shot. Here's an own goal. It's an own goal, and Roundhouse scores as he gets credit for the goal. Beast has hit it in the back of his own net, and it's 2-1 Australia. And that face-off is won by Vietnam, but not by much. Here's Caveman. Caveman scores. It's 2-2. Game is tied once again. And Australia just couldn't get to the ball in time to save it away. Alright, here's face-off number 5. Won by Australia. It's gonna be a light shot. Australia's still on offense. And that ball is in. It is 3-2. Yuri scores. 23 seconds for that goal to happen. The shot was 34 miles per hour. And here comes face-off number 6. That face-off is won by Vietnam. Vietnam are on offense now. And pause because we are having some technical issues right now. 3-2 so far. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good game, too, of the series, but we got to wait for this to reconnect. Hopefully it does soon, so that we can get back to the action, as this game is pretty intense. Alright, game is back, so we are going to resume the action. 3-2 is the score, and Vietnam's on offense. Vietnam has a chance to tie the game. They're going to try to use their offense that they did last game. Australia's gained the upper hand this game. Roundhouse is all the way in no man's land. And, oh, that Boomer almost hit it in. And Boomer does hit it in. It is 4-2 Australia. And the Australians now lead by 2. And that is Roundhouse's hat trick for Australia. Scout just defeated Casper. Ball's in the red territory as Australia's won the face-off. However, they were playing a 2-2. Australia was on a 2-2 formation. Casper with the shot. Boomer with the shot and scores. It's 5-2. Australia leads by 3 now. Australia certainly are bouncing back, as they are now likely going to tie the series 1-1. 1-1 is what this series is about to look like. Unless if Vietnam finds a way to come back and wins this game. Here's a shot. Boomer scores. It's 6-2. Australia leads by 4. And now they are certainly going to win this game, as there's only 1:48 left in the game. Here is Vietnam. Casper with the shot. Misses. He shoots and scores. It's a 5-goal lead for Australia. It's 7-2. Australia with the blowout, even bigger than the last game. Australia's been to the finals before and they want to go back. However, Vietnam, this is their first time even being in a semifinal. And now Vietnam is going to be on defense. Ball's in the midfield. It's now in the Australian territories. Back into midfield. Now it's in Vietnam territories. Here's the setup. Here's a shot. It's a 6-goal lead. 8-2. Australia has scored again, this time from Boomer. This is his 3rd goal of the game and the 2nd hat trick for Australia altogether. Here is Vietnam trying to clear the ball away. They've had enough damage dealt to them. The score is 8-2, and it's clearly a blowout. Ball still in a shotting area. Roundhouse misses that. And Beast gets the clear away because of that. Now ball's in Australia territory. Ball barely misses the net, as that counts as a shot for Scout. Which Vietnam has not had many shots on goal in the entire game. Let's take a look at that statistic here. Vietnam has only had 4 shots in this entire game. Australia's had 10. And that countdown does it. Australia takes game 2 of this best of 5. And we are back to starting a new series, except it's best of 3 now. What a blowout. Let's get to game 3. Game 3 is going to be Cosmic, and it's going to be the Lab Edition. And with the series tied, we are now going to have a Game 4 in this series. That's now been confirmed. And Vietnam wins that face-off. So the lineups for this game. For Vietnam, we got Casper, Cougar, Styx, and Tusk. Casper's played already once in this series. And then for Australia, we got Storm, Goose, Iceman, and Foamer. Casper and Cougar have played for Vietnam in the last game. And here's a shot on goal by Foamer, and he scores, and Australia leads already. It's 1-0. Casper, just like last game, is not doing very good. Casper and Cougar were two players that were not that great in Game 2. So the fact that Vietnam drafted them again makes me wonder who's in charge of this club. Here is a chance. It's not going to go in here. Here's Sticks. Sticks and Tusk are the only two players that have changed off from Vietnam. Ball is going to be in Vietnamese territory. Shot on goal by Fomer. That's his second of the game. It's 2-0. And just like that, Australia's gonna get a good start to this game. Face-off 3. Goes to Vietnam. The ball does hit that wall that prevents the ball from rolling any farther because the map design is a little different in this. Here's a shot. Again, it's 3-0. Goose scores, and Australia are leading by 3 already. The Sticks on defense wasn't enough. They're just conceding at will now. Vietnam's going to have to try something else if they want to win in this series. Ball's in the air. It's in Australian territory. However, it's going back. Australia is going to try to get this ball a chance to in the net. Here's a shot. Misses the net as Fomer tried to score his hat trick. Here is a shot that's missed. Australia are doing a good job in keeping that ball in the red area as they're taking shots like it's no tomorrow as Fomer shoots the ball again. Fomer's probably going to be the MVP of this game. Here's a shot chance, and the ball's going the other way. And Iceman hits it back to the red area. Here's a setup. Misses the setup, and the ball's going down the ramp, and now Vietnam's got control of the ball. The shot's going to be missed wide. Headed back midfield. Or I guess we could say mid-court. It's not grass anymore, are we? And here's a chance for Vietnam. And they are going to not do anything on that chance. Vietnam on defense now, once again. The score is 3-0. Here's a chance for Vietnam. Cleared away by a critical save by Fomer. And now Goose has a chance to score and hits it too hard. And here's a small little hit. Iceman. The ball's headed to... Oh, here's a chance. Score from Cougar. First goal from Vietnam in the entire game. It's 1-3. However, there is one slight problem, though. There's 1 minute left in the game. Vietnam's going to have to score 2 goals in 1 minute if they want to tie this game up and send it to overtime. Or 4 if they want to win. Vietnam on defense. Now they're on offense. Ball's getting dribbled in the air. And that's a goal from Australia from Goose. It's 4-1. And Vietnam are really in trouble now. They're down by 3 goals and there's only 37 seconds left. It's safe to say Australia is going to win Game 3 of this series and make it to where they are 1 game away from the finals for the 2nd time in franchise history. Here's a chance. Fomer scores his 3rd goal of the game, and it is a hat trick for Australia. And just like that, this game is a blowout. 2nd consecutive blowout from Australia puts Vietnam in shambles. They are 1 loss away from elimination. However, they did do great in the previous rounds. I can give Vietnam credit for the previous 2 rounds. Like that upset in round 1 against Indonesia. As well as them taking down Brazil in the 2nd round. However, Vietnam might not make it through Australia, though. As Australia leads the series 2-1. And we are moving on to Game 4 now, which will be taking place at Beckwith Park in the daytime. So we're headed back to the field. No more courts. Australia, this is your match point. You win this game, you move on to round 4, aka the finals. However, if Vietnam wins, they will force a Game 5. Vietnam are going to need the win. Here's a chance for Australia, and they score early. Gerwin scores, and it's 1-0 Australia already, and Australia is just not letting off the throttle. They really want the cup. So the rosters for this game. For Game 4, we got Dude, Hound, Squall, and Jester on Vietnam, and Viper, Storm, Khan, and Gerwin on Australia. Not all 8 of these players have not played at all during this series. So we'll see how well they do. Gerwin scored already. Vietnam had the chance there, but messed that up because they'd stopped driving. Ball's in the air. Headed back to Vietnamese territory. However, it's going to be swatted back by, forgot his name. I couldn't read it in time. Here's Vietnam on offense. Ball is hit high. And now the ball is still midfield, or still in the territory. Vietnam's going to keep it out of their area. Vietnam's going to try to... Uh-oh. Here's a shot from Storm. Saved by Dude. Storm has shot backwards. Ball's in the territories. Dude's going to clear it away. Here's a shot away. Here's going to be the clear away. Jester misses the ball. Hound misses the ball. And Khan misses the ball as well. And the ball's going to head to midfield. Gerwin hits the ball slightly. Jester gets it to about mid-court. And it's going to be cleared away by Khan. Squall from Vietnam is going to hit it in... Oh, here's a shot from Squall. Saved by Viper. Critical save from Viper. Here's another shot. Still not in. And the ball's cleared away by Viper. They're going to need to come up with something if they want to win this game. If they're going to win this game, they got to do it today. As there's 2 minutes, 20 seconds left. And they cannot concede because they are already in some hot water. They're down 2 games. They can't lose another one. Or not, well, they're down 1 game, but they lost 2. Ball's headed towards Squall. Not hit, surprisingly. Hit by Storm. And now Vietnam are once again in the pickle of trying to clear the ball away. And Jerwin scores his 2nd goal of the game. And now Vietnam are in deep trouble, as Australia might advance to the finals. Australia is looking great on offense right now, as they are clearly showing them who's boss. As now the ball's headed towards their own net, and that's going to be saved by Jerwin just in time. Some people from their own team are hitting the ball backwards. Vietnam is hitting the ball backwards by themselves for no reason. That's another reason why they aren't going to be very powerful on offense this game. I wonder what happened to them. They were so great in the first 2 rounds of this tournament, and then they just went to shambles in the 3rd round. Here's a shot and a goal from Hound. It's 1-2. And Vietnam now are only down by 1 goal. They need 1 more to tie this one up to send it to overtime. The face-off is going to be won by Vietnam. And Vietnam hits it backwards for one odd reason. Here's a setup. Here's a shot from Dude. He scores! And the game is tied. Vietnam came back from a 2-0 deficit in less than 1 minute. And just like that, this game is not over. Here's a shot from Vietnam. Cleared away by Storm because that was headed directly towards their net. That's a death. Here's Khan. Swatted away. Storm with a chance to shoot. And now, here's a pickle for Vietnam. 1 minute left in 30 seconds left in regulation. Cleared away from Jester. Goes over Khan. "10 seconds in regulation. We could see an overtime game." Oh! Khan scores the series winner for Australia. And just like that, Vietnam is going home and Australia are going to the finals. And just as those last 3 seconds winds down, congratulations to Australia. You all are going back to the finals for the second time in 3 seasons. And there you have it. One of our finalists has been determined. Australia, in about 2 days, you'll be fighting either the United States of America or Mexico, depending on who wins that best of 5 tomorrow. I just want to say congratulations to Australia for winning that game and that series, as they showed clear domination in 2 of their games against Vietnam. Their last one was close, but Australia scored in the last 3 seconds, and congratulations, you guys are going to the finals. And we will see everybody in United States versus Mexico tomorrow. And I hope to see you guys there. My home country is going to be playing tomorrow. We'll see who goes to the finals.